G'day again. Let's keep going. So, quick recap on during the first two videos, we discussed the concept of correlated, inversely correlated baskets. We discussed the contents of those baskets and what they're each made up of, what their intention is or are. And then we also introduced the concept of the synthetic spread, which is the net result of subtracting synthetic basket A from synthetic basket B. And now we're going to move on and introduce what we call the snake and the table. Enable component fill. Select that and select OK. So what this gives us is, it's very similar to the synthetic spread. So what we're seeing is a correlated, inversely correlated baskets with fill in between. So to make sense of that, so the top of this snake is in this case, it's inversely. Well, let's look at this here. So this area here, that's the correlated basket. The bottom boundary is the inversely correlated basket. And as you can see, as we're looking at our divergence, price goes up. So what this gives us is another visualization of the two synthetic baskets. The other thing it gives us is, with the visualization, is as the color becomes brighter, the move increases in strength. Now, where this is useful is that if, for example, we are in a trade and we see that the coloring is getting brighter, that means that the strength or the momentum of that move is increasing. It's also very useful in that we can see when a move is starting to weaken. So if we are in fact in a trade, that by looking at the color gradient getting less bright, that we may want to think about getting out of that trade. So we are in replay mode, so let's select play and see how this looks. Okay. Right, that's a good example right there. So as you can see, the synthetic spread started to move up. The synthetic correlated, inversely correlated basket started to converge and then diverge. Just mark out the point where this started. Say there. We can also see with the color graduation that it started to get dimmer, which means that this move here is starting to weaken. Well, let's continue. As you can see, we are in a down move. Price come back up. Right, so there's quite a few opportunities in what we've just seen. So moving on, we've now gone to a downward movement. The snake is starting to converge. Synthetic spread is going down. It narrows, never crosses, and then price comes back up again. So I'll mark each of these moves to there, to there, and here. So down move, up move, up move, strong down move, as you can see here. Yeah, so that is the synthetic snake. So when used in conjunction with the synthetic spread is quite a powerful feature of this indicator.